Can you master the art of magic in 30 days? It's a pretty simple premise, and I'm going to answer that question by getting this guy...
Jamie, the magician.
Nailed it. To perform street magic live to the general public in 4 weeks' time.
I'm about to maybe a little bit blow your mind.
My name's Jack Rhodes, and I'm a magician, trickster, and sleight of hand and master. And over the next 30 days, I'm going to attempt to turn my mate Jamie, someone who's never done a magic trick in his life, a muggle, into a pro magician. There's going to be a different challenge at the end of each week, and at the end of all this, after just 4 weeks, Jamie's going to be hitting the general public with street magic, David-Blaine style. Can it be done, or will the whole thing crash and burn? It's week 1, the beginning, and by the end of this week, day 7, Jamie is going to be performing a magic trick for the very first time in his life. Live streamed to a group of complete strangers from all over the world. But it's just a Zoom call with a silly card trick, right? Nothing can go that wrong.
Maybe this isn't right. It really hurts.
Are you going to be... You're going to be alright?
Don't laugh, I genuinely don't know.
I'm going to do this. Sync the sound up later on.
That's a cool thing, I've seen people do that.
Yeah. Now, Jamie's what we call a layman, someone who's never done a magic trick before. That's not to say he doesn't have an interest in magic, you know. Over the years, he's been to a few of my shows, and he's always up for it when I've got a new trick to try on people. Right, look at a card that's not a picture card. You got one?
Yep.
Bang. Straight in there. Just do that, just cut.
No way, mate.
Keep it there, keep it there. What was the card you looked at?
8 of diamonds.
Just turn your hand over. Well, he's never actually done a magic trick himself before, so let's first find out what we're working with. Are you left-handed or right-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Right, hold the deck with your left hand.
Really?
Yeah.
What? Feels a bit weird.
So when you're dealing cards... Oh, you must have learned the wrong-handed. This is all alien to you, isn't it?
Yeah. I've always done it out the right.
So it turns out this is going to be quite difficult. Jamie is right-handed, but for some reason has learnt certain things with cards left-handed. He's going to have to unlearn a load of stuff, which makes this that bit more difficult. Can you do... No.
I could do it on a table.
All right, yeah.
Just, maybe, but not well.
When you said not well, did you mean not at all?
No, I've done it before.
Right.
I've done it.
It looks like it, yeah.
Need a full deck.
Also, I've been doing this stuff that long that I kind of forgot what the beginner level of magic and sleight of hand looks like. Like, the average person is pretty useless with a pack of cards. And I kind of forgot about that.
Maybe it's just the size of the cards. Maybe I need less. Can we get like half the deck?
Yeah? Nailed it.
Nailed it.
But I still have high hopes. I still think he can be a good magician, because I don't think it's all about the skill. You know, that helps a little bit, but it's more about the entertainment, the persona, just the general performance. And he's already got that. He just doesn't know it yet. He's a confident guy and he can have a laugh. It's just, can he relax enough to tap into that when he's doing the tricks? Now, the trick he's going to be performing at the end of this week, I'm not going to show you it now, but I will show you Jamie's reaction to when I did the trick for him.
Again, I don't like it because I don't understand it.
I'm not going to show it works. I'm going to blur this bit out.
Okay.
Right. All he has to do is learn one move. That's it. That's it. Nailed it.
Yeah.
Nailed it then, didn't you?
That was better. Why was I struggling at the start?
Sometimes it clicks. And if after watching James' performance at the end of this video, you decide you want to learn the trick yourself, well, you're in luck. Have a look in the description and there's an affiliate link where you can buy the trick and learn the secret for yourself. Ooh, got interesting now, hasn't it?
Okay.
The method is 5% of the trick. And although the mechanics of a trick might be easy, that doesn't necessarily mean the performing of the trick is going to be easy.
So, blah, blah, blah. The words.
There's a bit of pressure now, isn't there, suddenly? Yeah.
There is. It's just thinking about like the connecting words instead of just going, Queen of Clubs.
This is the hard bit. This is what I'm on about. The method is 5%. Just... That's it.
Yeah.
Don't make it a big thing. It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
Hey, I'm not worried.
I am. Right, so he needs a bit of practice, fair enough, but he's got 6 days to practice it until he has to perform it, so I'm going to let him practice it for a little bit, and then check in with him a few days later.
I've actually got a bit of a cough at the moment.
We'll work on that one. Yeah, it's in that. I wasn't really wondering how you did it, to be honest. You're going to be performing this trick in a couple of days. Now, this will be an honest reaction, and by that what I mean is, when you do your trick on your girlfriend, your fiancé, your family, your friends, your family might go, that was really good, Jamie. Really enjoyed that. And it could be like, do you know what I mean? So it's never an honest reaction. So the only way you're going to grow as a performer is by going out your comfort zone and performing to people you've never met before. Which is hard, but...
Especially in the deep end when I've had 4 days.
I know. But if you stick with it, you'll be glad you did it and you go, oh my god, that was amazing.
Like, it is quite a cool skill. Like, I am enjoying it. It's a bit frustrating that, like, you have to spend so long on one trick and to get good at it.
It's better to be able to do 5 tricks well than 100 tricks badly.
Yeah. It is going to be weird doing it to a person
that you've never met before.
Yeah. Yeah. Are we ready?
Oh God, we're a couple of days away from him performing and I already feel like this is too harsh. Like, is it too much, too soon? I don't want to put him off, like, for the rest of it. This is only the first week. I've got faith. I've got faith. He's going to nail it. I hope. Day 7, the day of the performance.
Didn't feel there was going to be this much, like, nervousness. Like, I'm confident, I can speak to people, I can do things. But it's this thing of, like, if I mess up...
You'll be buzzing when this is over. And you said... Actually,
you say that, and I just sit here with a sick feeling.
In an hour's time...
I don't want you to tell me.
I've arranged for a Zoom call with about 8 people.
8?
Who you've never met before.
What was random guy, but no, 8.
To boost his confidence, I thought I'd show him a quick trick he could do at the start of the show.
You had that open a while?
I did. There's no fire alarm in this garage. But I can already smell the fumes. And then this happened.
Yeah.
So, do you want to...
That was cool. So you opened it. Cinch!
I don't know if there's many people watching this who want to get into magic, but as a general rule of thumb, I would recommend not burning your fingers 5 minutes before you're about to perform a sleight of hand trick. Just as a general rule. That's because you didn't work for you.
No,
use it. I just picked it up and went for
I
it.
thought
It's fire.
A fire wallet. You can't do that, eh? Alright.
And after pouring cold water over his burnt finger, he then did this.
I nearly got my finger in the door. It nipped. I left the door and it caught me. I was like,
You just burnt your finger, I nearly caught it in the door, what's wrong? But with a bit of practice, he finally got the hang of it. Look at this absolute babe magnet of a magician.
hi, Jamie, the magician.
No, carry on. Whoa! Oh, just a quick reminder, by the way, you know, subscribe if you're enjoying it for more bits and pieces like this. Support the channel, support Jamie. He's gonna need it. Anyways, we then did a quick run through on the webcam to see how it would look over a video chat.
All these cards are different.
Do you want them close up, Matt, because it sticks on it better?
Yeah, that'd be nice. I'm just chucking it all in before the start.
But now the time is upon us. Jamie's first performance as a magician after just 1 week of practice. Wish him luck.
Yeah, minutes away.
How are you feeling? Genuinely?
Nervous.
Right.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Listen,
I'm fine.
you've got it. You've got it. You pumped. It's
Yeah.
gonna be good. It's gonna be good, yeah?
Yeah.
Tomorrow I already have some meetings. Maybe I have one.
You can send me a message about the time later.
Yep. What time is it for you now?
Now it is 3 p.m.
3 p.m. Okay, so it's 5 hours. Okay. Cool. Okay, cool. Okay, so it's 5 hours. Okay. Cool.
So I've got Jamie here, ready to do this magic trick for this video.
Yes.
Are we expecting anybody else, or is this it? Do we know?
Yeah, let's wait like 2, 3 minutes.
No worries.
Sweating back in the green room.
Come on if you want. Oh, he's absolutely...
The less people, the better, to be honest, guys. Less people, the better.
We're normally 9-10. So
I can't believe he's roped me into it. He was like, oh, come on, just a little YouTube idea, it'll be cool. Next thing I know, it's a 4-week intensive regime of magic.
Excited for the trick, unless I already missed it.
Yeah, I'm so excited too.
Yeah, it's all done, I'm off now.
Oh man, okay, I'll see you guys later.
Right, Jamie, I'm going to leave it with your capable hands. Give him a big round of applause, it's Jamie.
Oh, stop it, stop it. Stop it, you're all too kind, you really are. So first of all, flaming wallet. How cool's that? That's not the magic trick, but gets the attention, doesn't it? So what we've got is a deck of cards here. As you can see, they're all different. What we're going to do is, as a group, I'm going to get you to choose a card for me. So we're going to go through one person at a time. So first of all, do we want a black or a red card? Let's go for Luke.
I want a black card.
Perfect. Right, we'll move on to Richard. Do you want it to be spades or do you want it to be clubs?
Spades.
Spades, great choice. That's what I would have gone for as well. And again, happy with spades.
Yes.
Perfect. The next decision, we'll jump on to Stuart. Do you want it to be a number card or a picture card?
Picture card.
Picture card, brilliant. Nelly, and you can choose that picture card. Do you want it to be Jack, Queen or King?
Jack. It's a popular name.
Jack it is. Nelly's got jumped. And now, because of that, I'm going to give Nelly the ultimate power. So we had Jack of Spades was the card we decided to choose in the end. Nelly, do you want to stick with everything that's been agreed here? Or do you want to scrap everything off and choose your own card? I think you're on mute.
Then I'll stick with everything.
Stick with everything. So in the end, we're going Jack of Spades. Great. So now I'm going to just find that card in there. If you guys see it before I do, give me a shout. Jack of Spades. There it is. Cool. So I'll leave that to one side now. Jack of Spades out the way. I'm not going to touch that one again. As you can see here, all the cards in this deck are red. How cool would it be if I told you the one card we chose was blue?
1 week! He's learned that in 1 week! Jamie doesn't know this yet, but I've arranged a proper 2-hour-long magic show at my mate Paul's house. Paul's a fellow magician and has the uncanny ability of turning any location into a performing area. It's going to be a close quarters magic show, and at the end of this week, after 14 days of practice, Jamie's going to be performing 3 tricks, a full 10-minute act, as part of this show. And the whole thing is being kept a surprise until he walks through the curtains to the audience that awaits. Look at this! Come on in.
He's gone.
I already feel like this is more of a prank than it is a genuine attempt at developing Jamie as a performer, but it'll be good for him, I hope. So Jamie learnt 1 trick last week, and in order to fill the full 10 minutes in the show at the end of this week, he's going to need to learn another 2 tricks. The first of which I performed for him and got this reaction.
Oh, that's so good. That's next level. That's not pre-made. That's just. Oh, I don't want. If it's taken me this long to learn that.
That's actually that's the first half of the routine. And Stan's going to show you the second half. Stan being another one of my wizard mates, which completes the trio of Lake's Wedding Magicians. But that was a long time ago, before I became a traitor and ditched them in pursuit of a life as a Billy Big Balls YouTuber.
Don't subscribe. He's a
Do you remember how good it was when you were first learning magic? Because you said, right, Jamie's reaction when I was showing him how the trick worked was almost better than the actual trick. Oh, oh! He was like, what? Like the excitement. Right, this is the trick that you're going to learn. This is the part 2 of the routine. It'll work together. Do you like card tricks?
Love them.
Well, do a trick with an envelope then. So I have a normal envelope here.
Now, in the interest of time, I'm going to walk you through the bare bones of this trick. Look at this now. Do a swing cut. Nailed it already. See? He's learning fast. What will be Jamie's finale trick?
Take it out, take it out.
A card gets picked.
I want you to sign the face of that card.
It gets signed.
Now I want you to slide them in.
It then gets put back in the deck, boxed up, and the box gets dropped into an envelope. A nail then gets put through the envelope. Stan tells a questionable joke.
Can you cough? Cough again. See you, Dr. Monday. Right, sign card.
And then this happens.
Middle impossible position in the deck. Sign card, 2 6s now. 1, 2, 3.
That's brilliant. Ain't it good?
Now it's just time for Jamie to go home, practice a trick, and get it ready for a show on day 14. Easy peasy, squeeze the lemon. Right?
Getting used to this bad boy.
Yeah, it looks like it.
So that should be my holding hand, and this is my doing hand. Can this not be my holding hand, and this be my doing hand?
My gut is telling me no.
So an issue that we had last week is now resurfacing this week. Basically, Jamie can handle cards, but only in his weak hand.
Can there not be magicians that have one way and the other?
There are left-handed magicians, but you're not left-handed.
Why are you doing left-handed?
So, I don't know.
I tried teaching him out of it, and then he went and practiced it for a week left-handed.
If it's working left-handed, and you want to do it left-handed, I'm not going to be the one that says, right, don't do it.
Because he's got enough to try and wrap his head round. Like, learning 2 magic tricks in a week it's a lot.
It's just making sure I do the right bit at the right time.
After that day, I was like, oh, I think I might have just popped his head with all this stuff.
It can't be on the top row, can it?
Because you're then getting 2 magicians' input, and it's so many tricks going on.
Automatically doing it, knowing where everything is, and talking to you, and you're in control, and you're looking around.
Like, we bombarded Jamie with a lot in that session.
We have asked you, and I want your honest opinion. Are you nervous? Are you thinking, should have got a different person to do this? Honestly, I will take insult.
Right, let me just stop it there. I'm currently editing the video and I'm just watching this back, and any normal human being with any sort of empathy would answer that question with, nah, you're the man, you've got it, I've got 100% confidence in your ability and you're going to nail it, and build them up. But no, not old Robot Jack over here.
I was a little bit nervous the first day we met up, I'll be honest, because I thought you were better with cards than you were.
Just play with his head. Just play with his head a couple of days before he's got to do this massive thing. Nice one.
When you were doing stuff left-handed and you were right-handed and you were doing your riffle shuffle, and I was like, oh, this is going to be well hard, this.
I am a bit nervous.
But you need to
just thinking about it.
Yeah, you need to practice the full thing though.
Leave some love for Jamie in the comments, because he's clearly not getting any from me, is he? Oh, and subscribe while you're at it.
Don't do it! Is it?
Don't listen to them. All right, it's day 14, the day of the show. 2 weeks of practice, a fortnight of conjuring, 14 days of wizardry. It doesn't matter how many ways I say it. This is not enough time for anyone to learn a 10-minute act, never mind a beginner. Okay, so Paul is currently setting up the magic show. All the people are arriving at Paul's house and Jamie is on his way here. We've got about an hour till we're doing the show, and I'm genuinely worried that if I tell him now what we're going to be doing, he's going to absolutely shit his pants and decide he don't want to do it. He's just going to walk out. Do I just not tell him and we just go to Paul's house and it's a surprise? I don't know. Is that harsh? I feel like that's just throwing him into the deep end.
I'm at the stage where I don't sort of want to do it. I don't know if I've got jacket on.
It's fine, because we're going to get your mic set up now.
You okay?
No. The only way you're going to improve as a performer is just by getting out there, getting out of your comfort zone and just doing it.
That might stay in.
I then tried calming him down by distracting him with a couple of magic tricks. But the nerve soon came back on the drive to Paul's house. Probably because I still haven't told him what he's actually going to be doing.
It's because and it could never be, it's not foolproof. For random stuff, it could be an earthquake. Random things are going to happen that could lead that one to mess up. You've had a bad gig if an earthquake is causing you to get the trick wrong.
Yeah. I think you're more nervous because you don't know what you're about to do.
Potentially, I could walk on a stage and there's 20 people, and that could be terrible.
You think just somebody teaches you a trick, oh, that's the trick. But it's the whole structure of it that is having to learn the poor man.
You rang up today and you said I could perform that envelope trick to 1,000 people. And that's what we're going to do tonight.
Yeah. We're not. I'm slamming that handbrake. Even.
Gathered here today to see the death of a future comedian.
So you are now confident enough, you're just telling yourself, you know.
There's a tension building in the room, isn't there?
There is no pressure.
No, and there isn't.
These aren't like strangers.
Well, I want it to work on your video.
Well, you're like going to be on YouTube then, aren't you?
Yeah, might sound a bit. Unless he's Really not good.
You might not realise it because you're so used to the camera now, but that's adding a next level for you.
Jack got him by the collar, he's going, you will get in a car.
We're here.
We're here.
Perform now.
It was time to reveal this week's challenge.
Right, you ready?
Yeah, with all this stuff.
Look at this! Right, Jamie, you're going to be putting on, we're going to be putting on a show, right?
Okay.
And you're going to do 3 tricks in the show.
Don't want to be here. You guys look lovely, but I don't want to be here.
Stan's going to open up, you're going to do your 3 tricks, and then you get to sit in a chair and watch the rest of the show. You're part of the crew, yeah?
Yeah.
Are we
I
happy?
mean, yeah. Magic.
Right. Should we start? Yeah. Right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Stan Baker!
I should have done this before, but I'm going to do it now. Right. You got all of that one? You got that one.
So Stan's going to open the show with a couple of tricks, get the audience warmed up, which I didn't realise just gives Jamie more time to get nervous. You hate me right now, do you?
I do.
Hey, listen, once you've done it, you just get to watch the show.
I know, but that's like magic's cool, mate. I get that, but I don't want to be here. I want to be sat down. You're smiling, man.
I know. I'm evil, that's why. And you know, just to add even more pressure, we then got Peter Dixon, the X-Factor and Britain's Got Talent voiceover guy, to introduce Jamie.
Hello there. I'm here, ladies and gentlemen, to introduce to you Jamie. The poor lad's been practicing his magic on and off, more off than on to be honest, but he's been practicing for your pure pleasure and delight. Now, I have to say, he's never done this before, so what could possibly go wrong? Anyway, you better be nice to him. Please be nice to him, and please go wild and crazy, and welcome to the stage, Jamie Charnley!
Thank you. First of all, what everyone loves is a bit of fire magic. Don't know why, I just bought it from Asda.
First up was a trick he knows he can do, the trick he did last week.
First of all, do we want a red or a black card? Black card, brilliant. And do we want a spade or a club? Club, number card or a picture card?
Picture, please.
Picture, Jack, Queen or King? Jack. So Jack of clubs, the card we came to together in this room. So I'm just going to put the Jack of clubs there and I'm not going to touch those ones again. All the cards here are blue. How amazing would it be? The one card we chose as a room is the only red in the deck.
Now bear in mind he's had 2 weeks to practice that first trick, but he's only had 1 week to practice the next 2 tricks. So there's a bit more pressure on this now.
Next one. What we have here, another deck of cards. You can see every card in that deck is different. Now I'm going to choose yourself and you're going to tell me to stop at a certain point through here, okay? So I'm just going to go through and you tell me to stop.
Stop.
That's the card you've chosen. I don't know why it is, obviously. Don't want you to tell me your card. I want you to think of a number between, let's say, 5 and 50. Cutting that deck as many times as I want. Awesome. Just gonna flip that there and leave it. Now then, what is your number between 5 and 50?
11.
11. Lovely choice. Means I only have to count a little bit, which is really nice. And what I'm now gonna do is count out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like I said, you could have told me to stop at any point, milking it. It's important. And you could have said any number. 6, 7. Nice jacket. 8, 9, 10. Your card 11. Gonna leave that there. If you'd chosen 12, your card would have been 9 of clubs, which it isn't, which obviously I knew. It isn't, is it? No, cool. If you'd chosen 10, your card would have been the Jack of Hearts, which again, isn't your card. The card, the 11th one, told me to stop. Is that your card?
It is.
Great, so that's a very special card now. It's your card. Can you write? It's an important thing to remember. Crayons, brilliant. No, that's perfect. Just what I want. All right, what I want you to do is write your name on the front of that card as big as you can, so everyone in the room can see it. On there, everyone happy with that?
Yep.
Lovely. That's lovely. I'm just going to put that there for a second. Forgot one of the main bits. Can you have a look in the envelope for me? Tell me if there's anything in there.
Whoa.
6-inch nail. Leave that one there. I'll take the envelope and leave that again. So this very special card we had, just gonna lose it in this deck. Not really sure where it's gonna go, but all we need to know is it's in there and lost forever, okay? With this very special empty envelope. Just gonna put this deck of cards in there that your card is attached to. And what I'm gonna do is just seal it up now. Oh, it's a peel one. So, it's a bit dangerous now, so hopefully it's not going to go anywhere too bad. Oh, that was close. Alright, what I want you to do is hold that nail there for me. Lovely assistant, please can you hold the other nail? So you signed the King of Spades that we chose, that we found for you. Now in 3, 2, 1, hold it tight.
Right, I need to come clean to you. The reason Jamie failed that trick, the reason the card wasn't on the nail as it should have been,
2, 1, hold it tight.
It's my fault. I told him before the show that he should seal up the envelope because it'd make it more of an impossible trick.
It's resistance and the card doesn't come out, it just rips right through.
I did
So
brick
you
it when
just
I...
fold it over,
Yeah.
and then it comes out.
Right, that's my bad because I told him to seal the envelope.
It went right every time.
Yeah. Serves me right for trying to butt in on a trick I've never done before because Stan's the one who does it. Luckily, Jamie was thinking on his feet and did this.
2, 1, hold it tight. It ripped off the thing. Take those out of there for me. Is your card in there?
It certainly is.
I pulled it too hard, ripped it. Thank you very much. You can keep that.
Oh, thank you very
Put it on your fridge.
Thrown him in the deep end, 2 weeks in, and then last minute made a change to a trick that he's only just learned.
I was surprised myself when it didn't come out. I was like, yeah, it's meant to be on the end of this nail.
There's a few things that went wrong and you recovered them really well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I've set him up to fail there.
Thank you very much, and I'll leave it there.
First time on stage, can't argue with that, can you?
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
And like some of the stuff that's coming up in the next 2 weeks, like, oh God, this could all fall apart quite easily now. Alright, we're not far off taking Jamie to the streets, but first, we need to get Jamie used to performing for strangers with this week's challenge. He's been practicing magic for just 3 weeks, and I'm about to make him perform a variety of tricks for random strangers in online chat rooms from all around the world. I'm taking a step back, and he has to do the introductions, the small talk, and if anything goes wrong, it's all on him.
Mate, this is tough. I'm sorry if I'm doing like I am fluffing up.
But before we get to that, I'm going to have Jamie watch back the show from last week, because the best way you can improve any performance is to watch it back, review, and learn from it.
Fire magic. Don't know why, I just bought it from Asda.
You're cringing, what?
It's horrible.
I kind of forgot how cringy it is watching yourself back when you're not used to seeing yourself on screen.
It's painful. So the great thing with Zoltar is he knew.
Why am I talking like this? I can't. No.
And he shows it in a very specific way.
It's horrible. Turn it off.
In fact, Jamie found it so awkward that we had to stop filming and go back to it the day after.
Last one, which I planned.
No.
Zoltar did anyway. So something very special about this deck. So I'm just gonna...
Why are you cringing right now?
Zoltar did anyway. Oh, shut up, mate. I'd punch him in the face.
But it wasn't all bad. He did end up getting some value out of it.
I think I need to smile a bit more. But again, I was super nervous.
Yes, smiling's important.
The 11th one told me to stop.
The only mistake you made there, you should have had him name his card. So never reveal the card without having them repeat it.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah, because then the whole group...
Why didn't you tell me this?
Little tips.
He wanted me to fail.
I think I did tell you, to be fair, but...
I don't think you did.
Right. I'm definitely going to look through the footage and now edit this bit in where I did tell you.
Told me to stop.
Get him to name the card.
Is that your card?
It is. So to regain a bit of confidence in himself, I rang up Jay. This guy, who happened to be on week 1 Zoom call but joined halfway through and didn't have a clue what was going on. I had him travel across the country to the studio, all for Jamie to perform the envelope trick in person.
Don't you worry. Oh, how amazing would it be? Your card is on the nail.
Okay, that's good. That's actually impressive.
Consider Jamie's confidence somewhat restored. But last week's cock-up has kind of made me reevaluate my role in his journey. Like, maybe it's not the best idea having his entire magic career influenced by a single person. Enter Siler, professional magician and fellow YouTuber. Siler has experience working on TV, runs a 2-man stage show, and made a bit of a name for himself during lockdown by teaching magicians how to do online shows.
Siler, Jamie Siler.
Nice to meet you.
Hello, Jamie.
Jamie's watching his footage back, like he's saying stuff like, oh, what I'm going to do is this, what I'm going to do is that.
So cookery magic.
Yeah, completely. Cookery magic is what I do.
I think it's like the automated response of wanting to keep people's attention. You're like, if I keep talking, they'll keep looking at me or whatever. Because like, if you're just silent, eventually they'll just focus on the trick.
We also sat down with another mate of mine, Harry De Cruz, star of 2 of the world's biggest touring magic shows. Oh, he was also a magic consultant for Dynamo, and Britain's Got Talent, and America's Got Talent. Basically, he knows his stuff. All he's had is my influence, and we've tried the best.
He's been green screening himself into so many TV shows.
Yeah.
It is easy, but it's understandably scary. The more you can be yourself, the better. That is hard to do because you've got so much going on.
You give him the card at the end and said, put that on your fridge or something like that, wasn't it? That was funny. Like,
you can keep that. Put it on your fridge.
That's a good line.
Yeah, and I started using it again. Put that on your fridge. But this is the thing, like, magicians will...
That's a great line. Being on stage, giving yourself stage time, you end up funding your character. You don't decide it decides for you. You might find that you're just a bit sort of more cutting. Like, it might be that the Jamie on stage is a bit cheekier.
Can you write?
Well, good luck with it. I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes, but you will be fine.
I wish I could show you more of our time sat down with these legends, but each conversation was like an hour long. But if you are interested, you can find the extended versions of these conversations on my Patreon, where there's all sorts of behind-the-scenes goodies like watch parties for each week, behind-the-scenes bits and bobs, and even the full show from last week. And you know, it's just a way of supporting me and the channel beyond just subscribing, which I'm assuming you have subscribed. Anyway, that's the end of the plug. Now, this is all very good, but every trick that he's learnt so far has been decided by me. And while that's given him a clear line of focus for the past couple of weeks, I do think he'd be more invested if he learnt tricks that he picked himself. The problem is, when you first start learning magic, there's that many different tricks to choose from. Literally thousands of different tricks. Like, it's proper overwhelming at the start. It's also dead easy to get caught up in chasing the thrill of learning new secrets, and you end up learning lots of tricks really badly, rather than a few tricks well. So I'm going to show Jamie a few carefully selected tricks, each one that covers like a core principle of magic, and he gets to pick the ones that he wants to do. Some of them will work for this week's online stuff, and some will just be for next week when he hits the streets for real. But either way, Jamie gets to pick the ones that he fancies.
And do you want to learn that one as well?
He also got to see some people other than me perform tricks for him, which is nice.
Remember that bad boy over there? In here. One signed Jamie.
He's so much better than you.
If you look, 1829, 1829, if you look at the exact time right now.
Yeah, nothing
I want you to just think of your card. Should be Queen of Diamonds.
Now it's just time for Jamie to spend the rest of the week practicing the tricks he likes, and then it's all on him to put on a good show online. There's no safety net of not getting heckled. This is the Wild West of Omegle. Random chat rooms, random people, and I'm taking a step back. It's all on Jamie.
You're nervous, aren't you?
I'm really nervous.
As soon as it starts, we're on. Remember what they said.
Yeah.
Be yourself, yeah?
Yeah. Be myself.
Listen, it's all going to be good.
It's all going to be, but it's just, I wasn't, and I was keen to do this because I thought, you know, and now I'm here, I'm like,
But picture this as the alternative to walking up to people on the street. That's what you're going to be doing next week. This is just to get you used to talking to strangers.
My hands are cold.
You're going to be fine.
All my blood's gone into my centre, like, don't do it.
These people, literally, you're not going to see them ever again.
No, I know.
Right, you happy?
Yeah.
Just go for it.
Yeah. No. All right. Are you right? Hey there. All right.
You will get rejected a lot,
Yeah.
but that's not going to be in the video, is it? So if you're worried about how it's going to look,
Yeah.
I'm not going to just do a compilation of all the times you've been rejected.
Higher up. Do you want to see a magic? Would you like to see a magic trick? Do you want to see a magic trick? Flaming wallet. How cool's... This isn't... I think street magic would be easier. Because you've got a bit of time. Mate, this is tough. I'm sorry if I'm doing...
Oh, it's alright, don't worry.
Like, I'm fluffing up.
It's awkward, isn't it? I know this looks quite harsh, but this is good training for him. Like, getting used to rejection is a skill every magician should have. That sounded better in my head. What I mean is, once Jamie gets the fear of rejection out of his system, suddenly the idea of approaching random people on the street next week doesn't seem so scary. Anyway, we eventually got a willing audience.
What I'm going to do now for you is mix up this Rubik's Cube as much as I can. I want you to tell me to stop when you're happy that I've mixed it up enough, okay?
You're not twist it one more time.
Twist it one more time, no problem. All right. So I'm actually going to solve this Rubik's Cube in this bag without looking. How long do you think it would take me to do that?
5 minutes.
Hopefully, I can do it a bit quicker than 5 minutes.
Go.
All right, just need to twist it, solve it. How cool.
What? Yeah, there's something else in there, bro. Empty the bag.
Okay, no problem. There is actually something else in here. It's another Rubik's Cube, but that's fully solved as well.
What? Hey, oh my God.
It's really easy to forget he's only been doing this for 3 weeks, but this next one, oh, I'm not going to say how, just watch it.
You see this Rubik's Cube here? I've mixed it all up. I've got a skill. One touch, solve the Rubik's Cube. How cool's that? I want you to think of a number between 1 and 100 for me.
96.
Because I've made a prediction in this bag. So we'll just jump into the notes. So I'll zoom in there for you. We're going to click on grocery. We're going to scroll through all these. You can see they're all different. Everyone's different, yeah? Down at 96, we have toothpaste. If you can see that, toothpaste, yeah?
Yeah.
I knew you were going to choose 96 because in this bag, like I said, I already had it prepared. Let me grab it out for you. 3, 2, 1. That's a Coke bottle. That's not the right thing, is it? Sorry. For 1 second. Let me just give it a let me just give it a bit of a magic shake, all right? In a 3, 2, 1. Toothpaste. And there's nothing left in that bag.
Oh my God, what happened to the Coke, bro? Remember the Coke bottle?
You like it?
Happy?
I think I did perfect.
Yeah, that was...
I had audience, I had someone to feed off me.
It's the final week 4, and so far Jamie's been put through an extensive magic training regime. Week 1 saw Jamie learn his first trick and do his very first performance live streamed to a group of people he'd never met before from all over the world. Week 2 then stepped it up again with 2 new tricks and a 10-minute spot in a magic show that he had no idea he'd be performing in. But week 3 saw Jamie venture into the world of online magic, performing brand new tricks for complete strangers on Omegle. This was the first time he performed for people who hadn't planned on seeing a show, which just so happens to be good training for street magic. Jamie's had just 30 days of practice. This is the moment. He's either going to triumph as one of the fastest learning magicians ever, or he'll crumble under the mounting pressure I've forced on him.
I'm about to maybe a little bit blow your mind.
But first, I think a pep talk is in order from none other than street magic legend Stephen Bridges. Stephen's done all sorts. He was Brad Pitt's hand double, he's been in Star Wars, he runs a magician membership, and he's also got a massive YouTube channel with hundreds of thousands of subscribers that was built on a catalogue of street magic videos. So he knows a thing or two about what Jamie's about to take on.
This is terrible advice, but it also is kind of accurate. You just need to be confident. And what I mean is that the act of being confident is what will have people just be relaxed being in your presence and seeing a trick. If you come up to them in like a bit of a timid, oh, hey, can I show you a... then they're going to mirror that energy and be like, well, no, because they're just a bit uneasy. Whereas if you're just a bit bolder with it and just go out there to have fun, and it doesn't matter if you make a fool of yourself, because it's almost more important for you to just be at ease, even if you're making a fool of yourself.
Right then, it's about time we left the comfort of the studio and took to the streets of Manchester.
Return to the Mac. Get on what it is, what it does, what it is, what it isn't. Looking for a better way.
Hang on though. Whoa. Wait. You can't call yourself a pro magician without having business cards, can you? No problem there. Half an hour in Photoshop and 3 business days later, look what's just arrived. You've got yourself some snazzy business cards.
Oh, look at them bad boys.
You have to choose that picture.
Complete with a QR code rickroll.
And enough of that. You don't want to get
demonetised.
Yeah. They're brilliant.
All right, where were we? Day 30, the day of the races. The whole series has been leading to this moment. See, all the greats in magic, the people that have broken the mould, the people that have brought magic into the 21st century, the people that have inspired future generations of magicians.
Get that off you, huh?
Not him. They've all spent years and years working on the craft, something that we've completely glossed over with this whole 30-day challenge. And I'm not even sure it's possible to be a good performer for strangers after 4 weeks of practice, but we're going to find out. Either way, the first part is the hardest part, approaching people to perform to. And Jamie was finding any excuse not to approach people.
Pick someone.
Mate,
These 3 lasses sat here.
Fair.
Yeah?
They're sat there. Really?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I think they're literally about to start moving.
We'll get them now.
Yeah?
Yeah. Chloe.
Oh, no, they're completely moving. Do you think they would?
Yeah, go on.
It's going to be awkward. Most people are going to say no because they don't know who you are or what you're going to do. They don't know if it's going to be any good, and they don't want to be pranked on TV. They have no idea what's about to happen.
Do you mind if I do a little bit of magic for you? We're filming for a YouTube channel. Just a couple tricks. Up to you if you want to. No, that's absolutely fine, no problem.
This is fine though. We've prepared for this. Last week, when we did the online chat rooms, that was all about getting used to rejection.
All right. Are you all right? All right.
You just move on.
I could try these guys here. They look like they like magic.
And find someone who will be interested.
Got a couple magic tricks. Yeah, who doesn't like a bit of magic? So I'll just do a couple tricks. If you like it, awesome. If you don't, tell me to jog on. That's absolutely fine. Just tell me to say stop.
Stop.
All right, so that's your card, okay?
Okay.
So now I want you to think of a number between 5 and 50 for me.
23.
23, and happy with 23?
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, hold your hand out. Your card is going to be in the 23rd position in this deck. I hope so.
It is, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but let's hope so, because if not, I'm in the wrong profession, aren't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 21, 22. Okay. So stop here. Your card, number 23. What was your card?
It was the Ace of Hearts. Oh, nice.
Nailed it. You happy now?
That went so well.
Yeah.
I wasn't nervous.
This is the thing with Jamie. Once he's done it once, that's it. He's found his groove.
Yeah, tell me now. 7. Go with 6, all right. 11. Hold out your hand for me.
This guy's not going to do this.
8, 9, 10, 11. Hold that there. I want everyone to see that. What was your card?
King of Spades.
King of Spades. What was your card for me?
It was the Ace of Hearts.
Ace of Hearts. It sure was. Was that your card? Is that your card?
But there's one trick that's troubled Jamie throughout this whole thing. Back when he did his show on day 14, because of me, he cocked up the ending to the finale trick. There was supposed to be a card on that nail, and I was a little worried that that experience might haunt him and throw him off when it came to doing that same trick on the streets.
Can you sign your name as big as you can on the front of that card? That's the card signed. And we're just going to lose this inside the pack. Now, in here, I have an envelope. What's in that bag?
It's a nail.
Brilliant, grab the nail out. Keep hold of the nail. I'm not going to do anything dangerous, I promise. We're going to, so your card has gone into that pack now. We're going to stab this. This is the dangerous part. I'm joking. That would be terrible, wouldn't it? Can you hold one side of that nail for me? Can you hold the other side of the nail for me?
But in the spirit of growing as a performer, Jamie had a newfound confidence in that trick after taking on board some advice from Stephen.
So I think if I were doing the trick, I'd have the nail through, the deck is there, and then I'd be like, hold on to the nail really, and then I would just work the pack up a bit so that it just touches the nail. Like, could you feel that hit the nail? They'd be like, yeah, and I'd go, okay, great. And then I would just go, 1, 2, 3, and then pull it away. My internal process is I've got to make the deck touch the nails. So if I rip away the thing, the card magically.
And that's how it got there. First, I'm going to slide that pack that we put in. Don't worry if you can feel it touch the nail. Look, there we go. That's touched it. It's up there. I think that's... There we go. Holding tight. I'm going to pull this down in 3, 2, 1. You can have that. Put it in your fridge.
Unreal. But that is a trick he's been doing for a few weeks now. So, what about brand new tricks? How will he fare doing them for the first time on the streets?
Right, so I've got a really manly little purse here. In this purse, like you see, completely empty, nothing in there. Stick your finger in if you want. Hey, not no. Time and a place, mate, isn't there? Come on. Just gonna put that, oh, it's a little business card as well. I'll give you one of them later. Just gonna put that just there so you guys can see it the whole time. So on this phone, I've got a list of 100 items, yeah? So I want you to think of a number between 1 and 100 for me. Tell me what the number is.
89.
89, all right. Can you just click on notes for me there? Brilliant. And then let's go on groceries. Brilliant. So as you can see, loads of different items. Can we get to number 89? And I'm not going to look, but I want you just to remember what 89 is. Don't tell me, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, you're taking.
So, nothing in there.
Yeah.
Can you please tell me what your number was and what item it was?
Number 89.
Yeah.
It was the tea bag.
You could have chosen any number. How could have been any item on that list?
Again, it's easy to forget where he started. When you look at him now, like, even just the confidence.
Yeah, I'll take good. 2 goods better than like, God, why is this guy still here? And he's being a little predator. Why don't you come round and get some...
Look at him, calling me a predator.
Being a little predator.
Like he's Mr. Billy Big Bollocks now. Eh? I've created a monster. I'll let him have that one. To be fair to him, I have put him through quite a lot over the past few weeks.
Jamie, the magician.
How are you feeling? Genuinely?
Nervous.
Can't be on the top roast, can it? Because it's...
Oh! Look at this!
We're going to be putting on a show, and you're going to do 3 tricks in the show.
Don't want to be here.
You hate me right now, do you?
I do. Don't know why I just bought it from Asda.
You're cringing. What?
It's horrible.
Just go for it.
Yeah. No. All right. Are you right? Mate, this is tough. I'm sorry if I'm doing it. Now you have my trust. I actually knew you were going to choose Tom Cruise only because I look like Tom Cruise.
I do think though this whole thing now is more. It's more than just learning magic, isn't it? It's about trying something new outside of your comfort zone. Like when I first started doing magic, I was super nervous. And then when I started doing stand-up comedy, I was constantly doubting everything I did. Even when I started making videos on YouTube, I was unsure of myself. But all these things lead to growth, don't they? So now that I know I can do these things, I'm so much more confident in myself. And Jamie started off absolutely bricking it, dreading performing a single trick over Zoom. 4 weeks later, he's doing tricks on the streets like he's the new sodding David-Blaine.
King of Spades.
So if you're watching this and there's something you've always wanted to try and do, but you've been nervous about it, just go for it. If it don't work out, you'll be glad you tried. And if it does work out, you'll grow and grow and grow. And before you know it, you'll be doing something you didn't realise you could do. And whether or not Jamie sticks with magic or decides he wants to do something else, it don't matter. What matters is the experience, how he's grown as a person, and without getting too soppy, what he's learned along the way.
Stick your finger in if you want. Hey, not no.
I always think when you watch these like transformation things that you only ever get to see the final result. And it's great, but like what happens to that person afterwards? It's genuinely been 5 months since he was out on the streets of Manchester. So I'm going to sit down with him and genuinely catch up with where he's at now. And also ask him some questions that you lovely lot wanted to know. So, we've had a few questions. Right, 5 months in, I'm going to ask you a question that's not on here.
Okay.
Have you performed magic since?
Yes. 2 times.
2 times?
2 times.
In 5 months?
Yeah. I'm not proud
Who,
of that.
who to?
My brother, because he hadn't seen any magic, and I blew his socks off.
But, I mean, to be fair, you had 4 weeks of just doing it all the time.
Literally non-stop.
But to then go, right, I've done the challenge, I'm only not going to do it much anymore.
No, it was because...
Is it because I was essentially forcing you to do it?
Yes, there was a reason. It's not like I enjoyed it, but if I didn't practice and didn't do it,
yeah,
I was going to look so silly actually doing it on the street if that went wrong. So there was a pressure of, I can't mess up here.
Yeah.
So, and now...
And then you'd left it that long that you felt like you were out of practice, you didn't want to do it in case you got it wrong?
Yeah, a little bit. Because
okay.
when I did it to my brother, I actually went into the room for 10 minutes.
To practice?
Just did it once, did it twice, went... And then fell. But it was like muscle memory.
Yeah.
Once I did it, I was like, did a little like shuffle, ruffle, all good. That's the technical term.
Shuffle, ruffle?
Yeah.
Will Jamie continue magic?
I would like to say, if I had something to aim for...
Just solely... Seen that gif of Homer Simpson just retreating into the... Yeah.
If I had something to aim for, yes. But I don't want a challenge like you're going to do performing. But like if me and you got together and went, why don't we just do some magic when I'm around yours? I would enjoy that.
Right.
More so than...
Doing shows and
stuff like that.
Has this experience given you more confidence in other parts of your life? That's from Sarah and Tommy.
Oh, thanks, guys.
You're good at being... No.
I would say...
It's made you less confident.
I've probably remained the same because...
You were always just
really
cocky little shit.
Yeah. I hate myself.
No, but you've never struggled with approaching people, but you did struggle with doing a trick.
I just approaching people, I'd be more confident now. That's for sure.
Right.
Because when I first hour within Manchester,
yeah,
I didn't approach anyone, and once or twice I got to the point. But once it's done, it's So there, I think I could just walk someone up in the street and I'd be like, "You want to see a magic trick?"
Yeah.
And it wouldn't be a, "Hi, would you like to see?" It would be like, "Hi guys, show you magic." That would be like chilled instead of that thing of being like.
Because now you've done it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas you hadn't done it before, so it was a scary thing, wasn't it?
Yeah. So overall confidence, no, because I'm an absolute legend.
Yeah.
But probably in relation to like
specific things.
magic or talking to people.
I was going to say, if public speaking, I would imagine you'd be better at it now.
I agree.
Yeah. Has this adventure motivated him to take magic more serious as a hobby?
As a hobby,
yeah.
Yes.
Would
I would seriously like...
As a living? Absolutely not. What do you mean?
Yeah, I'd seriously like to do it as a hobby.
Yeah.
And that's what I was discussing just then, being like, I would love to come around and do it.
Yeah.
But I would never think probably of taking it to a performance level because the amount of time and effort and how good you have to get at something takes a lot.
What is his favourite routine so far? And then he asks, will he continue learning new tricks and deep dive to the world of magic?
That was a piece of dust.
Should I put the question there? You just pat it away.
Great question. Has to be, tell me when to stop, that's your card, and nail, by far.
It's funny because we've got different... Magicians will be like, what the hell's he on about? Any card, any number.
Any card, any number.
So it's called A-Can.
Oh!
Any card at any number.
I truly love that because even when I do it, I still think, God, that's good.
Yeah. So what's your favourite routine that you've seen? Or what's the trick that you wish you could do?
It's probably not a trick, but I wish I could do something. I can't really say it.
Go on.
Like, at any time, just pull out a pack of cards.
Yeah.
And do it. Do you see what I mean? Penn and Teller.
Yeah, we're talking magician speak now, aren't
Yes.
we? Yeah.
Because that's what everyone asks for. Oh, I've done a bit of magic. Here you go. I have a pack of cards. Do some magic for me. Well, I can do some type of magic.
Then let's... If that's not a hard thing to do, I don't want to... Basically, you want me to... I can show you a trick that you could learn.
Yeah.
That's something I didn't realise. That's probably the reason why you haven't took to it as much. Because you've only learned tricks that require, shall we say, special apparatus.
Yes.
I'll tell you what, let's do one now.
You show me?
Yeah, I'll show you.
Yeah,
this will be the trick you learn. Pass us an unopened pack of cards. Now, I'm not going to show you the trick that I showed Jamie for the same reason I've had throughout this whole thing. I want Jamie to learn the trick, and I want the first time for you to see it to be Jamie doing it. But I will show you the reaction it got. Check your pile of 4.
No. Top one.
Yeah. Oh, but then the one that you chose, the one that's the pile of 8.
The one different one. That's just beautiful.
Jack of clubs.
Can I look at the rest of the cards?
Yeah. So it is a normal pack of cards.
Oh,
They're all jacks.
yeah, imagine. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Oh.
To me, this is what the magic bug's about. But you want me to show you how it works? I'll show you it works if you want. If you're going to learn it.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd teach Jamie how the trick works. What a nice way to round off this whole journey. And then, as I'm explaining it, this happened. So I'm saying, tell me when to stop. All right, yeah, I've got that. And yeah.
It's lovely.
But it's great, isn't it?
It's like flaming wallet again. Right, tell me when to stop.
That's it, innit? That's the ending. That's the ending. I tell you what, he's learnt so much. He's learnt so much. I mean, talk about coming full circle. Oh, how do you feel about that being the ending of the video? What an ending, eh? In all seriousness, though, like, what Jamie's achieved throughout the course of this whole thing is genuinely impressive. So, massive shout out to our man Jamie, and a big shout out to you lot. If you've got this far and you're still watching, thanks for watching. Leave a comment for Jamie, show him some love, and I'll see you in the next video. If you subscribe, put that on your fridge.